I had a trial today and it brought up something interesting that I want to make sure all my clients realize. When you own a second property and you're using it as a rental, it's so important to highlight this and have this conversation with your estate planning attorney. And here's why. Generally speaking, we like to encourage our clients to put their rental properties into limited liability companies or corporations for a liability reason. You want to separate your personal assets from business assets, and renting out a property is essentially a business, whether or not you consider yourself a professional property manager. But along with this conversation, not only should you talk to your estate planner about whether it makes sense in your situation to put the property into a limited liability company, but you should also talk through all of the risk associated with that rental property. What's the nature of the people living in the property and you? Is it a landlord tenant relationship? Are they paying? Is there a written lease? Does the written lease follow what local state law says? And do you know what your obligations are as a landlord? Because, like it or not, if you own a property and someone else lives in it, it's important to understand what your obligations are with regard to that tenant. If it's in an HOA, you need to understand what your obligations are and what your tenant's obligations are, what you can charge for, what you should terminate the lease for. If there's two tenants and one files an order of protection against the other, what are your obligations? Who do you charge for? These are such important conversations to have. A lot of times we think, well, I can pull a will off the internet or generate it in AI, or I can buy one from Office Depot. But that doesn't answer the overall question that you're really asking. And that is, how do I protect my assets from threats? How do I make good decisions so that I'm not wasting fees later or even worse, losing a property because I didn't realize something about it? I'm Anjali Patel, and I'm happy to have these conversations. It's a no fee consultation to talk through these issues. Let's talk about your entire portfolio and how to manage risk. That's a part of estate planning.